Waalaikumsalam, Teh.
Okay, so today we're going to continue with investment income or non-business income. We call it non-business income because this is something to do with not the business income. Business income kita ada satu topik lagi for business income. Alright. Okay, so for this part, I think I've gone through a bit last week about non-business income. Tapi tak apa, I can kita tengoklah balik dekat sini. Alright, so when we talk about non-business income, we're talking about different types of income, different from employment income. So kita dah spend 1 week plus looking at employment income. So what we have here is a non-business income. So it is actually considered as other sources of income lah. Alright, so we have 4 types of non-business income. Alright, so the dividends under section 4C, dividend interest and discounts fall under the same section. We have rents, royalty and premium, section 4D, pension annuities and other periodic payments, section 4E, and also other gains and profit. Alright, so I think last week I have explained to you about dividends. Okay, so dividends meaning whatever return that you get from your investment in shares. So in Malaysia, we practice what we call a single tier dividend, which means if the company already paid the dividend, and then the shareholders does not have to pay any more dividend. So itu masuk single tier lah, dah pay at the company level. So bila sampai dekat shareholders, we do not have to pay the tax. Okay, ini pun ada I've gone through before. Right, this is about the unit trust as well. So also tak ada dividend lah, tak ada dividend pula, tak ada tax lah. Alright, interest. Okay, interest is about interest or return that you get from investing or keeping money in a bank. So interest also whatever interest deemed derived from Malaysia, it is also not taxable. So yang ni saya skip je lah. Alright, as well as discount. Yang ni pun kita dah tengok lah. So dividend, interest and discount, they fall under section 4C. So I think I share with you soalan juga Dr. Tina tu. So nanti kita boleh tengok lah. We go to one by one. Alright, rental. Okay, for rental ni a bit special sebab dia dalam section 4D together with royalties. So what we have for rentals, it can be any amount received from unearned income or source of business income, and it is assessed on section 4D on a calendar year basis. Calendar year basis means whatever you receive from January until December, so that is considered as a calendar year basis. Dia bukan accounting year. Not like business lah. Business dia ada year, accounting year end sendiri kan, which is quite different. Some are not using the calendar year. So year end dia July lah, September lah. But for tax, we use a calendar year. Alright, yang ni pun kita dah tengok aspek immovable and also movable. So it can be houses or as well as plant, machinery for rental. But for rental, we also have attributable deduction, which means whatever income that you get, at the same time, you have to spend some amount to, for example, to repair, for maintenance of the building. So itu boleh tolak. Alright, so advance rental accessible in the year of receipt. Ini sama macam kita buat bonus hari tu, tahun bila yang you dapat, that will be assessed in that particular year. So these are the list of expenses that can be deducted from rental income. For example, repair and maintenance, cost of rental collection, interest on loan, fire insurance, assessment, quit rent, sewage charges, security charges, repainting of the rented premises pun boleh. Ini pun I presented last week, the difference between what are the expenses that are deductible and non-taxable. So deductible means boleh tolak lah daripada our rental income. So non-taxable or non-deductible ni tak boleh tolak. Okay, ni pun kita dah tengok Mona tu. Kita dah buat yang ni kan? Okay. Next is royalties. Also under section 4D. So the royalties, where the government or state government or local authority responsible for the payment of the interest. So interest charged as ongoing or expenses against any income accruing in or derived from Malaysia. So for royalties, under section 2, the definition is that any amount paid in consideration for the use of copyright. So we have here copyright, copyright artistic or scientific works, patent, design, model, plans, plan, secret process, formula, trademarks, tapes for radio. It can also be a know-how or information concerning technical, industrial or commercial knowledge or skill. Alright, for royalties also ada attributable deduction and also exemption. So untuk exemption of royalty income ni for resident individual only, non-resident tak ada. So for paragraph 32A until 32D schedule 6, so these are the list of exemption for royalty income. So under paragraph 32, contohnya 10,000 is exempted in respect of publication of or the use of the right to use any artistic works other than any original painting and in respect of recording this or tapes. So let's say dia dapat 20,000, 10,000 is exempted. So 20 minus 10, tinggal 10,000 je lah. So 10,000 will be taxable. Ini in general paragraph 32. So paragraph 32A, what we have under paragraph 32A, 12,000 exempted in respect of translation of books or literary work at the specific request of the MOE, MOHE and also AG Chamber. So for example, saya as a lecturer, let's say, the MOHE asked me to translate books. Okay, dia minta saya translate certain buku, then that is actually requested by the ministry. Let's say they pay me 20,000. Okay, 20,000 yang saya dapat tu will not be taxed in total 20,000 because I get an exemption of 12,000. Tapi dengan syarat kena macam ni lah. Dia bukan suka-suka lah to get this 12,000 exemption. Okay. Ini if the government ask me, but if I sendiri tulis buku or translate buku sendiri, ada parties yang minta buat, I have 20,000, so 20,000 tu tak ada exemption. The special case lah, if the government request, then you will get tax deduction. But kalau bukan requested by the government, I still get paid 20,000 contohnya, I have to pay tax all based on that all 20,000, tak ada exemption. 32B, okay, 20,000 in respect of publication, right to use any literary works and respect any original painting. Ini kalau tulis buku lah. Tadi translation ni translate buku. Yang ni tulis buku. Okay, 20,000. 32C, full exemption on income derived from participation of performance. Okay, ini untuk artis lah, celebrity yang ada performance semua. If the cultural performance is approved by the minister, full exemption. Let's say dia dapat 50,000, so 50,000 tu fully exempted. D, 20,000 any musical composition. Beza sikit kalau untuk music ni dia exemption dia 20,000. 32E, full exemption given for payment by way of fee honorarium in respect of services provided for by purpose of validation. Okay, this is actually from MQA. Dalam MQA kita ada MQA panel. So this panel, they are actually reviewing the academic program. So when they review every academic program in all the universities in Malaysia ni, they get paid. And I'm talking about the panel, MQA panel, they get paid. Tapi based on this paragraph 32E, dia dapat full exemption. So let's say the one visit patient dia akan dapat dalam 2,000 tu. So satu tahun dia boleh ada 2-3 visits So 2,000, 6,000 a year dia dapat extra income lah, tapi dapat full exemption. Because itu ialah MQA panels, they review the program and they are verified by MQA. MQA is Malaysian Qualification Agency, in case you wonder apa benda MQA, and all our programs in Malaysia ni must be accredited with MQA. Kalau tak dikira program tak ada accreditation lah, nanti punya PTPTM pun tak boleh dapat waiver. Nak masuk kerja pun tak boleh. Dia dikira program or degree program tu tidak di-recognize. So in Malaysia kita ada MQA yang recognize all the academic programs. Alright, deduction of expenses ada juga wholly and exclusively incurred in the production of royalty income. Okay, for this explanation, I expect you to read and to understand, but dia lagi faham if you buat the soalan kalau tak nampak lah. Right. The one example kat sini, Firdaus is a professor in the UM. During his spare time, he writes books on Malaysian economics and receives royalty income of 36,000 from his books. Okay, this is normal for a professor untuk tulis buku dapat royalty income. In addition, he also receives 16,000 translation fees on translation of literary work at the special request of Ministry of Education. Okay, so here we can see dia ada dua jenis income. Satu, dia tulis buku. Satu, dia buat translation. So you have to calculate Firdaus royalty income. Tu kira based on what we have earlier, the exemption tu. So kalau tulis buku tadi exemption berapa? So now dia ada royalty income 36,000. How much is the exemption untuk tulis buku ni? Anyone?
RM20,000.
Berapa?
RM20,000
Yep. Okay, so sekarang ni dia ada dua kan? Satu dia tulis, yang tulis exemption dia 20,000. Yang lagi satu dia translate tu?
12,000.
Translate, okay, translate dia dapat 60,000. Tapi the exemption is 12,000. So, kiralah inilah tinggal balance yang dia kena bayar tax
RM20,000 dia kena bayar tax.
Okay kan? So ini 36 minus 20 tinggal 16. 16 minus 12 tinggal 4,000. Okay, yang dia kena bayar 20,000. Ini kita kata taxable Ini ialah exemption dia. Ini pun exemption dia. So nampak, instead of dia kena bayar 36 plus 6 ni, plus 16 kan? Kalau letak inilah, semua kena. Tapi because of the exemption under section 32, so for books, dia dapat exemption 20,000. For translation, dia dapat exemption 12,000. Boleh 20,000 taxable, alright. Withholding tax ni saya skip je lah because this is for non-resident. Okay, next under section 4D, we also have premium. So premium lebih kepada payment made by lessee lah in consideration for lease agreement. So biasa dalam soalan kita tak ada lah bagi sangat this premium Alright, so this is the format kalau saya tunjuk dekat sini yang merah ni the purpose is to abaikan dulu. Jangan tengok lagi atas ni. Kita belum buat section 4A kita dah start dengan this one. So this is how you present your answer later. Remember masa kita buat section 4B panjang kan? 4B and then kita ada section 13(1)A, B, C, D. Ingat lagi tak? Dia dah masuk section lain kan, sesat dah. Right, so under section 4B, employment ni kita ada section 13 kan? 13(1) kan? 13(1) until E. Okay, so you start with, let's say satu orang ni dia ada employment income. So kita letaklah all the employment income dia. And then they might have dividend, interest, rental, royalties, others. I want you to present your answers equal sequence macam ni. And ini amount dia lah. Kalau dia macam dividend, saya terus letak exempted dekat sini because most of the dividend memang exempted. Tak kena cukai. So interest some ada, some still exempted juga. So rental ada. Rental ni pula, tadi kita ada rental income kan? So rental income kita, you might have deduction. Okay, so bila ada deductions, kena tolakkan dulu lah, baru bawa figure tu ke sini. And other. So bila kita total semua ni, kita akan dapat amount that we call a total income. Okay, so the objective of today's lesson is actually to compute total income. Saya ada dua soalan Satu yang dah ada dalam slide ni, ada lagi satu saya dah letak dekat my guru Mr. Sim tu, so kita boleh buat dua-dua soalan. Okay, ini semua saya merahkan lagi, boleh kita belum buat lagi lah. Ini nanti when we go to tax payable topic, kita akan buat the relief. Relief ni pun ada macam-macam. Relief ni yang saya kata dia ikut tahun. To different year, you will have different amount of personal relief. So last kali, our objective of this subject is actually to compute chargeable income. What we are trying to do is we are trying to minimize. Bukan kata nak buang ke, nak tolak, nak apa. We want to minimize our chargeable income, sebab daripada chargeable income ni lah kita akan kira tax rate. So janganlah ingat dia tu gaji dia banyak-banyak dia bayar cukai. Not necessarily. Memanglah income banyak, logically income banyak, cukai pun akan kena bayar banyak. But because of this relief so the objective is for us to find or to calculate the chargeable income. So daripada sini terus baru boleh kira tax rate. So you can see now bukan daripada gross income, kita dah tolak macam-macam dah. Last kali chargeable income, baru darab dengan tax rate. Itu pun yang kena tax tu, ingat tak dalam table tu gaji berapa, chargeable income berapa ke atas baru kena tax 10,000. Alright, kita terus tengok soalan Dr. Tina ni. Alright, so here Dr. Tina is a retired senior lecturer, retired so nampak keyword dekat sini dia dah retire from a public university on reaching the compulsory age of retirement on 30th April 2021. So she furnished the following information to her accountant. Salary per month 9,000, pension per month 4,000, golden handshake, okay, golden handshake ni pun kita dah belajar itu kan dalam employment kita, retirement dia 44,000 and gratuity 125,000. So in case you tak ingat you go back to our employment income punya notes, then you can see ini semua ni kena tax ataupun tidak. Alright, dividend income. Okay, so here comes ini employment income but I combine sebab since we've done with employment income, so this is how the question should look like. Because satu orang, like I said, they can have a lot of sources of income. Alright, so dividend income, dia ada dividend from Hong Kong 12,000 remitted to Malaysia on 5th November. Okay. Dividend from Proton Steel Berhad 3,000 single tier dividend. Capital repayment of 3,000 from Kenanga Investment on 7th December. Interest income, you see this is all on 2021. So whatever happens in year 2021, semua kita kena take into consideration. So 3 dividend, 1 interest. Dr. Tina received interest of 6,000 from an investment of 150,000 in a 12-month deposit. In Affin Bank. Okay. Based on these questions, ada part yang tak faham tak? Sebelum kita proceed to the next page. Boleh so you see what's coming kan? Because from here kita kena asingkan lah the employment income and also the other non-business income kita. Right. Rental income. Dr. Tina has a bungalow in PJ which she rents out to expatriates. It is rented out for 4,000 per month. You have to be really careful sebab it happens many times. Figure yang saya bagi per month tapi masa kira tak darab 12 bulan ambil 1 bulan je. So tak boleh lah. So here you have to look at the date. So 4,000 per month. The tenant who stayed in the house for 5 years move out on 30th May 2021. Dr. Tina took the opportunity to repair and paint the house. The house was rented out again on 1st September 2021 to a new tenant. The tenant paid her a deposit of 8,000 and an advance of 4,000. Advance rental lah ni Dr. Tina incurred the following expenditure for the house. So remember, table yang saya bagi tadi yang the previous slide tu, for rental ada certain deductions. Quick rent and assessment, fire insurance, advertising cost to find new tenant, repairs, sewage fees, and also new air conditioning units. Loan installment of 2,000 per month, interest portion of each installment is 900. Dr. Tina started a new job with a salary of 12,000 per month at the private university on 1st June 2021. So compute the total income of Dr. Tina for year assessment 2021. So what should you do first? Balik ke sini to start with employment income. Okay, give me the employment income dulu. How much you get? Berapa salary dia? $36,000. Macam mana dapat $36,000? $36,000 salary masa dia retire kan? Jangan lupa dia ada kerja lain, kerja baru ni.
Oh, kena kira sekali ya?
36,000 itu. Ya, kena kira sekali. Sebab sekarang ni dia ada employment dia bila kita buat macam ni so you have to be careful juga because bila macam ni dia ada, memang kita nampak dia ada dua kerja kan. Remember yang last time kita buat dalam 1 tahun orang ni dia kerja di 2 tempat, kita asingkan, betul tak? Tapi dia ni dah retire. So bila dia retire, salary dia kita boleh total terus je under one employment income, which means macam last time pun kita asing tapi different employment kan. Our total is to get employment income. So here dia kerja yang asal dia 9,000, 9 times 4, 36 month kan. And this one lah, daripada Jun, 12,000. Jun sampai Disember berapa bulan?
7.
7. So tambahkan. So how much you get?
120 kan?
120,000. Betul. Okay, what about pension, golden handshake, gratuity semua tu? Kira tak? What do you think? Itu baru salary Dia ada pension, golden handshake dengan gratuity tadi. Alright, so what about this one? Tadi kita dah kira salary Kita dah kira salary, pension, golden handshake and gratuity. What do you think? Exemption semua ke? Kena kira ke? You kira tak ni? For salary tadi you get 120,000 So what about these three ni? Ke semua kira masuk semua ni? Okay, Farah Najwa, what do you think? Masuk tak pension, golden handshake, gratuity ni? Farah Najwa ada?
Ulang balik doktor, tak jelas.
Apa for pension, golden handshake and gratuity ni masuk tak?
Masuk kot.
Semua masuk? What do you think? Tadi kita dapat salary 120,000 for the salary tadi. What about pension, golden handshake and gratuity ni? Okay, Farah Najwa kata masuk kot. Fatimah, what do you think? Masuk tak? Ke ada yang exemption?
So ada yang exemption.
Ada, which one? Sekarang saya tak nak tengok dividend interest money lagi Ini je dulu, employment income ni dulu. Then only we move on to yang lain-lain. So salary tadi dah betul, kita dapat 120,000 Now I want to know pension, golden handshake, gratuity ni, should we include in our calculation or not? Is it taxable or not?
Tak kot. Tak pasti.
Not taxable.
Pasti doktor.
Notes ada tak?
Notes ada doktor.
Can you all check your notes? Amirul Aiman, what do you think? Ada tak Amirul? Okay, not taxable. Alamak, tak keluar nama lah. Siapa ni 87252 ni. Oh, nombor je.
Kalau gratuity tu bukan taxable kan sebab dia retirement
Okay, sekarang ni for this case, that's why I said you have to check your notes Sebabnya sekarang ni the keyword here dia retire Dia retire upon reaching the compulsory age. So for your information, whoever retire at their compulsory age ni, semua ni not taxable Semua tak dapat, semua
tak exempt from tax.
Ini semua exempted. Yes, ini semua exempted. Tak kena cukai. Sebab dia retire at the compulsory age. Dia tak cakap umur berapa, tapi bila dia retire at compulsory age, which means whatever dia dapat ni dengan ni not taxable tau. So for employment income dia, it's just this one je. 9,000 tadi, darab dengan 4 months, tambah dengan 12,000, darab dengan 7 months dia dapat 120,000. That is all for her employment income. Okay, that's why for this part you betul-betul kena check your notes. Ini semua ni masuk ataupun tidak. Okay, boleh? Next one, dividend income. What do you think? Dividend tadi keyword dia apa?
Single tier.
Single tier and then exempted
Yes, exempted.
Oh, banyak-banyak saya bagi ni semua exempted. What about interest income? Interest dia sekarang dia dapat dari apa ni? Simpan duit kan, deposit dekat bank. So interest dia 6,000. Interest pun exempted Saya tak lihat juga. Alright, so for dividend, for interest, ini semua exempted This one exempted. Interest pun exempted. So if you go back to kita punya note saya section 4C kita tadi tu, semua yang dapat in Malaysia ni exempted because dividend, semua dividend walaupun dividend ni tak ada mention single tier, tapi this is income received in remitted to Malaysia dan dia adalah dividend pun exempted. Overseas dividend exempted juga. Capital repayment pun exempted juga sebab dia dividend interest income pun exempted sebab dia adalah deposit dekat Afin Bank je. So ini semua exempted. But remember in your answer jangan tinggalkan apa-apa lah. You have to write juga dividend tu exempted ataupun letak dash je. Okay, next is rental income. Okay, rental income, how much is the rental? Kita 4,000 per month orang tu keluar bulan Mei. So Dr. Tina took the opportunity to repair and paint the house. Rented again on September 4,000. Tenant paid her deposit of 8,000 and advance of 8,000. Incurred the following expenditure for the house. Alright, so expenditure ni, from this expenditure, if you look at your notes ni, dekat sini, mana table tu. Right, so based on this one, you have to identify lah expenses yang saya letak dekat situ tadi, mana yang deductible, mana yang non-deductible. Macam kita buat untuk Mona ni hari tu kan. Nampak? So all the assessment, quick rent, interest on loan semua deductible So here this part yang deductible ialah inilah quick rent, fire insurance. What about advertising cost to find new tenant? Deductible tak?
Tak deductible sebab dia first first advertising.
First tak deductible The next one deductible. Sekarang ni dia tengah cari dia advertising new tenant tenant baru. So deductible juga. Repair deductible, switch fee deductible. What about aircon?
Tak deductible.
Aircon tak boleh aircon capital aircon capital, so not deductible. So loan installment 2,000 per month. Interest portion of each installment is 900. Yang ni deductible tak? Interest portion. Jangan lupa interest portion is deductible, tapi ini sebulan 900, so you kena buat 900 darab dengan 12. Okay, this is how you should present your answer Sengit sikit. Okay. So for this one, kita tadi ada jawapan yang saya kena potong kat sini. Ini soalan saya dah modify. Okay, so this one tadi salary dia. Yang ni okay kan? Salary dia yang dia retire 4 bulan dengan salary tempat baru dia 120,000. So sebab dia retire at compulsory age, ini semua exempted. Okay, tapi kena tulis lah. Kalau tak ingat nak tulis paragraph section ni pun tak apa. This one ni no need lah. Ini just for your reference So pension, golden handshake and gratuity. And then dividend income, Hong Kong dividend tak perlu bayar. Ni single tier, kenanga semua tak ada So ini kalau you don't know apa benda nak tulis exempt ke, nil ke, buat dash pun tak apa. Macam tu. This one also accepted Alright, interest income tak ada. Sekejap, dalam soalan saya letak buku tak?
Tak ada buku.
Tak ada buku doktor.
Dah modify buang buku pula. Okay, tak ada buku. So buku tak ada, royalty tak ada, research pun tak ada. Tengok rental income dia 9 bulan, orang masuk bulan 9 bulan. Berapa bulan tadi dia punya rental?
Bulan 1 sampai bulan 5.
12. Okay. Orang tu duduk daripada bulan 5 kan. Maknanya Januari sampai Mei ada tenant. Betul? Lepas tu masuk pula September. Betul tak? Sampai Disember. So 9 bulan lah kat sini. 1 bulan 4,000. 36,000. Deposit. Remember deposit tak kena tak termasuk deposit is non-taxable. So deposit yang dia dapat ni sebab deposit, remember deposit kita akan return balik deposit ialah refundable. So deposit tak ada, tapi advance dia dapat advance receipt rental kan? Advance 4,000. So advance rental ni remember dia dapat advance rental, deposit tak? Advance rental yes. Advance rental will be taxed in the year of receipt. So 4,000 lah. You boleh kira balik kot nombor kat tepi ni. Sebab nombor ni dah tak accurate ni. Ni tak ada. Ni tak ada, tak ada. So ni 120 tambah. Ni pun tak ada. Tambah ni lah So 40. Sekejap. 40 ini income Alright. Setakat 40,000 ni ada soalan tak? Yang atas ni memang tak ada apa. Soalan yang panjang je tapi exempted Okay kan? Rental ni okay Deposit not taxable. Advance yes. Taxable in the year of receipt and their expenses. Ada quick rent, interest on loan, interest portion sahaja walaupun dekat sini kata dia bayar loan installment 2,000, interest portion dia 900. Kita hanya ambil interest portion yang deductible So ini deduct expenses ni, masuk expenses dekat sini ialah yang deductible lah. Which means income dia dapat 40,000 ni tapi disebabkan dia belanja semua ni so dia boleh kurangkan lagi the rental income dia. Okay, sewage fees, fire insurance, advertising cost, repair, aircon tak. So total sini, aggregate income sini. So ni pun bukanlah nombor dia. So you just tambah 120 dengan 18,904. Boleh?
Doktor nak tanya yang advertising tu macam mana?
Advertising cost ni untuk first tenant not deductible. Sekarang rumah ni dia cari penyewa kedua kan. Penyewa kedua, dia macam ni bila ada rumah untuk rental income ni, the first time you advertise nak cari tenant, the first time advertisement tu not deductible. Yang tu kena bayar cukai. Tapi after orang tu dah keluar, you advertise lagi sekali, yang tu boleh deduct. Macam ni lah advertising cost ni. Sekarang ni first tenant dia dah keluar, orang lain pula nak masuk kan, tapi dia advertise dulu. So that cost boleh masuk dalam ni. Boleh
Okay, faham doktor. Thank you.
Okay, so untuk yang ni ada soalan tak? Kalau tak ada ni kita buat Mr. Sim pula. Yang ni soalan ni banyak. Sebab banyak benda saya buang daripada ni rupanya.
Dia kalau buat macam ni boleh ke? Maksudnya macam tak letak section lah.
Yang macam atas ni? Ke macam ni?
Tak yang section-section
Saya
apa semua.
saya prefer letak section lah. So ada section 4D. Ada section 4C.
Okay.
Macam kita buat sebelum ni lah kita buat employment income tu kita letak section Let me share with you another question. So yang ni okay, tak ada soalan
Okay doktor.
Let's look at another question. Okay. Mr. Sim ni pun saya dah share dekat my guru Alright. Okay, Mr. Sim ni dia panjang sikit you need some time untuk complete the employment income part dia. Right, so for Mr. Sim kita ada banyak masa lagi so kita try buat satu soalan lagi untuk Mr. Sim ni lah. Ini pun is a combination juga employment income dengan yang lain-lain tu kita buat tadi lah. So here we have Mr. Sim. Soalan boleh download dari my guru soalan ni memang ada dekat my guru je. Malaysian employed as a general manager for the last 10 years. For the year ended 31st December 2018, he received the following employment income and benefits from the company. Okay, salary per month, bonus equivalent to 3 months salary, entertainment allowance per month, parking allowance, ada parking allowance Mr. Sim was provided a new car worth 180,000. Okay, so dah nampak new car ni, kena pergi dekat table tu lah. Kalau kereta 180,000, how much is the value annual value dia. Employer provided medical and dental amounting to 12,000 for him and his family. Okay, ini kita tahu medical and dental exempted, so tak ada kena bayar cukai for this one, 12,000 ni. So from here whatever you have been presented ni, you tengoklah apa benda yang nak kena masuk dalam kita punya calculation Right, so 12,000 tak ada. He was given a fully furnished bungalow house. Okay, keyword dekat sini is fully furnished to reside. Okay, the rental of the bungalow house was 5,000. The rental was 5,000, of which 1,000 was for the furniture. Ni kena tengok balik lah macam mana kita buat hari tu 5,000 rental, furniture 1,000. Rumah ni fully furnished. Okay, ni kita nampak di section 13(1)(c). Rumah dengan furniture B and C. He incurred official entertainment expenditure of 7,200 on behalf of the company. Nampak, dia dapat allowance, tapi dia spend juga entertainment expenditure. Mr. C was given to buy 3,000 units of the company share at the price of RM3 per share on 10 March 2018. Okay, yang ni saya tak cover hari tu tapi tak apa, kita buat soalan ni dan you can see macam mana kita nak kira So this is normal, dia akan dapat ESOS kita panggil ESOS, Employee Share Option Scheme. So the company akan bagi shares pada employee dia and the price is lower than the market price. Okay, so here dia dapat option untuk beli 3,000 at the price of RM3 per share. The market value was 450. Nampak? Kalau orang lain biasa-biasa nak beli, harga dia 450 per share. Tapi dia as employee of that company, dia dapat beli dengan RM3. So ini untung untuk dia jugalah. Kan? Harga sebenar 450, dia dapat RM3. He exercised his option when the market value of the share was RM5. Dia beli pada harga RM3, dia jual balik RM5. So this is employee share option scheme and this is taxable. Mr. Sim owns a house in Penang and rented it out for 1,000 per month. The tenant vacated the house at the end of April and a new tenant came for the same rent in July. Okay, macam tu jugalah orang masuk, orang keluar. Harga sama. Okay, dia punya rental receipt January until April 6,000. Mei, Jun tak ada orang. Julai masuk balik, dapat balik 9,000. The house was vacant for 2 months. Okay, 2 bulan tu dia buat apa? Dia painting and repair. So nampak tak cerita dia sama je kan? Orang keluar, dia repair, orang masuk balik. But you have to decide lah dalam amount yang dia repair ni berapa banyak yang kita boleh tolak 3,000 for painting and repair works, 12,000 extending the kitchen, assessment 720, RM20 late payment. Mr. Sim paid housing installment of 20,000, of which half went towards interest. Ini pun you kena work out lah Kalau macam tadi saya bagi 900 kan, ini separuh. So separuh means 10,000. He pays fire insurance of 1,200 per annum. Okay, penat dah baca soalan, panjang kan? So, but you have to extract out all the information and present ikut section nanti. Single tier dividends, 3,600. Interest from fixed deposit in public bank, 3,000. And you know kalau dua-dua ni memang exempted Okay, yang part bawah ni saya nak you ignore je. Sebab ini soalan nanti kita boleh guna the same question untuk buat the next topic. So, daripada bawah ni, salary lah, apa benda ni. Salary boleh lagi lah, EPF dia. Pesu master lah, bayar fees lah, kahwin ada anak, beli buku tu ni semua bayarkan. Kita tak sampai lagi ke situ So, you will stop until sini lah. Dia punya non-business income. Okay, but now I want you to try calculate dia punya employment income dulu. So I give you 5 minutes dulu untuk kira. Sebab tak dengar suara kan, lepas ni tengok siapa pula nak kena panggil. Kira employment income dia dulu. Okay, so how much is dia punya salary? We always start with section 13(1)(a.
180.
Okay,
80.
180. Mau dapat 180 very simple lah ni for salary 15,000 times 12. Okay. Bonus. Bonus ni tu tak payah kira lah, dia dah bagi bonus equivalent to 3 months salary. Bonus masuk tak?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Bonus masuk, alright. What about entertainment allowance? $3,000 per month times 12 So entertainment allowance dia 36,000. Okay, what about parking allowance? Parking allowance, is it taxable or exempted? Siapa ingat?
Taxable kan?
Parking
Exempt.
allowance exempted parking allowance exempted. Parking allowance tak masuk. Alright. Okay, so now kita dah kira salary dia, kita dah kira now kita buat section 13(1)(a) dulu Yang ni, yang bawah ni 13(1)(b) benefit in kind, because sekarang ni kita ada salary, kita ada bonus, kita ada entertainment allowance, kita ada parking allowance which is exempted. So you dah ada 1, 2, 3 item, but remember dia ada lagi satu ni dia dapat share. Okay, share ni dia dapat, share kita kira dia dapat cash lah sebab sekarang ni dia dapat dan dia jual So this is how you should compute for your untuk share. Sekarang ni kalau tengok share dia dapat RM4.5 kan. Saya tulis dekat chat box ni Saya tak boleh nak tulis sebab saya buka under Adobe ni. Kalau saya buka dekat Microsoft Edge saya boleh tulis, sekarang tak boleh tulis. Tulis kat sini. So dia jual pada dia jual pula. The market value is at RM4.50. Boleh faham sekarang ni dia dapat pada harga yang lebih murah kan. So market value is 450, dia dapat pada harga RM3. Dia dah untung dekat sini, berapa banyak dia untung ni? RM1.50 Okay. So this is how you should compute Darab dengan dia dapat how many units? 3,000 units. Okay. Share option ni masuk dalam section 13(1)(a) juga. So 450 minus RM3 darab dengan 3,000 unit yang dia dapat ni. Dia harga yang dia jual ni tak kisah, untung dia untung dia tu dah not taxable tau, nampak tak? Sekarang dia jual pada harga RM5 kan. Dia beli RM3, dia jual RM5. By right kita rasa dia dapat RM3, dia jual RM5, dia untung RM2. Tak. Itu kalau as shareholders yang biasa. Sekarang ni dia dapat sebagai employee dia dapat pada harga RM3. So dia beli pada harga RM3, dia jual pada harga dia beli RM3 tapi harga sebenar is 450 So this is how we calculate the share option scheme. So dia dapat 4,500. Right, cuba kira how much is under section 13(1)(a) dulu.
265,500.
Okay, 265,500. Semua dapat 265,500. Alright, again so dia ada salary, dia ada bonus, dia ada entertainment allowance, parking allowance exempted, dan satu lagi yang kita last week saya tak explain dia ada share option. Share option kita kira macam ni lah. Harga market value minus harga yang dia dapat darab dengan how many units yang dia ada. Okay, that's done with section 13(1)(a. Kita dapat 265,500. Let's move on to section 13(1)(b). Okay, kita start dengan apa kalau 13(1)(b) ni?
Kereta.
Okay, we start with car. Right, so kena tengok table lah. Kalau kereta baru 180,000, how much is the prescribed value?
7,000.
Tongshin ni, how much is the prescribed value for 180,000 car? 7,000. Okay, lambat dia jawab. Arina dah jawab. Right, so 7,000 car dia. Alright, untuk macam ni biasanya for this kind of question, kita kira minyak dia sekali, fuel dia sekali. So kalau kereta 7,000, fuel dia ialah 108,000 pula. 1,800 Fuel dia standard je lah. 1,800. Okay, what else under section 31B? Kita ada car, kita ada fuel.
Rumah.
Rumah ke rumah tu, furniture.
Fully finish. Fully finish.
Furniture. Rumah section lain. Furniture.
Silap.
Jangan silap. Rumah section lain furniture. Betul, furniture dulu. Alright, so furniture dia duduk rumah fully furnished. Furniture dia 5,000. Rumah fully furnished, furniture berapa?
3,360.
Yes, 3360. Ni yang ni semua dah ingat kalau fully furnished 3360. Alright, and then macam saya kata tadi, we know that medical and dental care ni 12,000 tu is exempted. Okay, so under section 31B ada lagi tak?
Tak ada dah.
Tak ada dah. Alright. Okay, so tak ada dah. How much you get for the section 31B? 7,000 car, 1,800 fuel, 3,360 furniture, medical exempted. 12,160. Dapat?
Dapat.
+1,660. Okay, boleh Ni saya go very slow dah ni. Satu-satu line by line kita tengok because lepas ni definitely you will get the same type of question untuk kira macam ni jugalah based on employment income and then baru satu and then we go one by one. Ini belum habis employment income lagi ni Ni kira revision lah untuk last week punya topik juga. Alright, and then section 13(1)(c) sebab sekarang dia ada rumah kan. Fully furnished bungalow. So kita kena kira 30% from section 13(1)(a). Remember tadi section 13(1)(a) kita dapat berapa? 265,500. Betul tak? Kita punya section 13(1)(a) kita tadi ialah 265,500. Alright, so kalau ikutkan our calculation for section 13(1)(c), kita nak lower 30% daripada section 13(1)(a) ataupun the defined value But here, ini lagi satu because since soalan ni kita ada share option Share option ni dia macam change sikit our calculation. Kalau sebelum ni, whatever you have under section 13(1)(a), you calculate dengan 30%, betul? By right, inilah calculation kita Section 31A darab 30%. But here you have the share option. Bila ada share option, kena take out the share option amount ni. So 265,500 kena tolak dulu dengan 4,500. Baru darab dengan 30%. You faham tak? Share option sahaja. Kalau tak ada share option, kita kira macam biasa. Ambil 31A darab dengan 30% for the prescribed value, for the defined value. And we want to compare with the defined value. So how much is the defined value? Sekarang, how much is the unfurnished amount?
48,000.
Mana dia?
48,000.
Okay, so this one 48,000 lah. Untuk 31A, 30% kita dapat 48,000. Defined value 48,000 4,000 ni. Sebab rumah tu unfurnished is 4,000 lah. 5,000 rumah which include 1,000 furniture. So 5,000 minus 1 dapat 4,000 times dengan 12 48,000. So untuk yang ni dapat berapa ni? 78,000 something 78,300. So kita ambil lower figure. Lower figure is 48,000. Okay, 3,000. So kita ambil the lower lah. Lower would be 48,000 tu. I share with you the answer. One A, salary, bonus, entertainment allowance exempted, share option dia 4,500. Ini tadi orang dapat 265,500. And then we go to section 31B, car dia 7,000 based on the table. Fuel 1,800, furniture 3,360, medical and dental exempted. And then for 131C, lower of 30%, section 131A. Saya bintangkan dekat sini because of this part. Share option ni kita kena tolakkan 4,800. Tengok dekat chat box tadi saya dah kira the calculation dia. So dapatlah 78,300. Kita compare dengan defined value which is the unfurnished value of the bungalow. Tadi value dia 5,000 furniture dia 1,000, so dapat 4,000 times 12, 48,000. So kita ambil the lower figure 48,000. So this is our statutory income from employment. But remember dia ada entertainment expenses. Sini kan. Dia incur 7,200 on behalf of the company. So tolak je semua ni. Entertainment expenses 7,200. Dan sekarang dia dapat 36,000 kan. 7,200 untuk official. So exemption lah. Tolak 7,200. Dapatlah 318,460. Okay, setakat employment income ni, any question tak?
Tak ada kot.
Okay, boleh So if ada rasa sesat-sesat lagi, tak tahu mana dapat nombor-nombor ni, go back to your employment income notes. Okay, so kita dah dapat employment income kita 318,460. Let's move on. Nampak ini section 4B employment. Let's move on to section 4C pula. Okay. So 4C we know dividend memang exempted. Tulis dia single tier dengan interest income dia, dividend and interest ni. Exempted, exempted. Like I said, jangan tinggal satu pun information. Nampak medical and dental exempted kan? But we still have to write the item dekat sini. So you will get marks here. Sama macam dividend ni juga. Walaupun dua-dua ni exempted, tulis je single tier ke whatever, dash je. You will get marks for that. Okay, for that item ni ada markah. Okay, now let's move on to section 4D. 4C okay 4C biasanya tak fikir lah. Kebanyakan ni memang exempted je. Okay, 4D. 4D rental income dia, ternampak pula jawapan dia. So rental income dia kat sini lah. 6 plus 9, 15,000. Okay, boleh? So from here you kena decide lah apa yang dia boleh tolak dengan tak boleh tolak. Alright, what about painting and repairs? Can we deduct?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Alright. What about extension kitchen? Boleh?
Tak boleh.
Tak boleh.
Innovation.
Tak boleh.
Innovation.
Yes, itu renovation.
Betul lah
So
renovation.
renovation tak boleh Renovation tak boleh. Assessment and quick rent.
Boleh.
720.
Boleh.
Boleh. What about 20 ringgit late payment tu?
Tak boleh.
So assessment and quick rent dia 720 minus 20 700. Interest dia 10,000.
Separuh je.
Sebab dia punya installment dia bayar 20,000 kat sini tapi half went towards interest. So interest dapat deduction kan? Separuh, yes, 10,000. Fire insurance?
Yeah.
Boleh deduct?
Boleh.
Okay, boleh. So boleh tambah tak boleh. Okay. So ni painting and repair boleh, kitchen extension tak boleh. Assessment and quick rent kena tolak penalty RM20, so tinggal 700. Interest tadi separuh daripada 20,000 bayar loan. Fire insurance 1,200. So the deductible dia ialah 14,900. Nampak? Income 15,000 kena bayar tax 100 je. So this would be your total income. Because untuk soalan ni saya kata you can keep kita simpan Kita tak buat sampai habis. Kita belum belajar yang bawah-bawah ni lagi. So kita stop at total income. So this is how you should present your answer. Ikut section. So yang ni dia tak ada royalty lah apa semua tak ada kan. So kalau dia ada royalty masukkanlah dekat sini. Lepas rental income ni masuk royalty ataupun sebelum rental income masuk royalty. But kita present ikut section Panjang soalan macam ni memang panjang. It's because there's a lot of information dekat dalam soalan. You have to know mana nak extract information yang mana nak kena extract dan kira. Boleh
Boleh.
Okay, this is the knowledge that nanti later on mungkin sekarang nampak satu, it is actually for yourself lah because one day you will be a taxpayer yourself Bila dah kerja nanti you have to pay taxes. So maybe juga you have rental income juga nanti so who knows kan. So this is how you should compute, and if you have clients nanti, if your clients ada all this kind of income, this is how you should advise them untuk calculate so that they can minimize their chargeable income. Like this one rental, nampak rental dia banyak tapi because of this tinggal 100 je yang kena tax so total income ni belum kena tax lagi based on total income ni. Ini baru total of semua jenis income yang dia ada. Which is for now kita buat employment dengan non-business income. If let's say the same person ni dia ada business juga. Kalau dia ada business, nanti business dia duduk kat atas tau. Sekarang 4B kan, 4B employment 4A business. Let's say dia ada buat business sendiri, dia ada kedai buku, kedai makan, whatever. Then you kena insert dekat atas ni dulu. So sampailah macam ni So this is the different types of income. Sampailah kita dapat total income. And untuk soalan ni kalau kita tengok the last figure dia lepas dah tolak whatever relief apa semua, ini chargeable income dia 280,000 So yang ni soalan ni saya tak tukar year end Kalau saya tukar year end relief dah jadi lain ni. So ini 2018. Boleh saya tekain no question Kalau tak ada soalan, saya prepare quiz for you tapi sebelum load lagi soalan ni sebab saya tunggu time kita pukul berapa nak habis kelas baru saya nak load the question. Soalan tu pendek je, but I need you to submit today juga. So sekejap lagi you can go to my guru under assessment assignment slide tadi. Alright, this one. Okay, employment income under my guru saya letak under assignment, so everybody has to submit dekat tapak assignment tu, and it is due at sekarang baru 30 kita dah tak ada apa nak ni saya dah habis discuss soalan 2 questions for today, so I give you until 5 o'clock to submit. Kira habis waktu kelas kita lah, tapi saya baru nak load soalan sekarang. Any question tak? So we basically finish employment income dengan non-business income boleh but you really have to yang banyak jawab soalan ni saya tak risau sangat the boys ni saya tak risau sangat. Yang lain yang senyap ni please go back to your notes, tengok balik employment income tu, tengok balik non-business income ni, especially part exemption dengan part exemption lah, especially sebab kalau macam tadi kan medical and dental tu exempted. Ini belum dia dapat leave pay lah apalah lagi dalam employment income kita ada banyak, so you really have to baca ikut setiap section tu. Because why? Saya tak nak nanti as we move along ini baru employment dengan non-business income, nanti kita ada buat partnership lagi, kita ada business income lagi. So kalau you rasa ada certain parts yang tak boleh nak follow because I understand it's quite hard untuk buat calculation at the same time sebab tak nampak kan, so you have to kira sendiri semua. So if you have problems, please let me know early. Jangan tunggu sampai minggu 11 nanti baru kata, oh saya tak faham lah buat employment income. Sudah, tak boleh macam tu You really have to go through your notes and also soalan yang kita buat lah. I think untuk employment income pun solution yang kita buat last week pun saya dah share. And this one ni nanti Mr. Steve nanti I can share the solution juga. Right, so for now, tunggu maybe dalam 5 to 10 minutes soalan will be ready on my guru. And you have until 5 o'clock to submit. Alright, itu sahaja.
Soalan ni employment income je kan?
Yes, employment income sahaja. Oh, tak sabar nak buat non-business income ke?
Tak,
Sabar je. Yes, employment income sahaja. Right?
Handwriting ke doktor?
Doktor
Apa?
sempat ke sampai pukul 5?
Handwriting ke?
Sempat. Type boleh, tulis tangan pun boleh. Type lah, you type lagi cepat. Type, terus load the answer kan. Dah boring lah bagi quiz multiple choice. Ni kita buat quiz bertulis pula. It's up to you whether you want to write or you want to type. Sempat pukul 5. Pendek je soalan dia. Risau semua orang. Okay, so tunggu saya load soalan dulu. Once dah load soalan, I will let you know dekat WhatsApp group kita. So I hope everybody boleh cukup buat lah and submit by 5 o'clock today. We have 1.5 hours cukup ni, more than enough. Soalan tu boleh siap 50 minutes je. Alright, so that's all for today. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Doktor.
Terima kasih doktor.
Thank you,
selamat
Doktor.
beristirahat.
Thank you.